that the heart how it is, and here you can see that the two atrium, and you can see the tricuspid wall at the right side, bicuspid wall at the left side, and here you can see the pulmonary artery which is being distributed and connected to lungs, and here you can see a big aorta which is being branched, and it is divided into many branches, that those are nothing but called as arteries, and here you can see the vein big that is superior vena cava. In this way you can see the model how the heart is being actually located, and you know that the heart is located in the chest cavity slightly towards the left side, and it is the size of the heart is of our own fist. And now I am going to explain about what is meant by double circulation. Here we have already learned the mechanism of the heart, how it is working. Now we are going to learn about the double circulation which takes place in the human beings. There are different kinds of animals existing on the earth. Even all the animals actually has heart. There is a difference between these chambers which are being located in the different types of animals. So when we come to this human beings, we can see the double circulation is going to take place. Double circulation means the circulatory system is going to pump the blood twice in a single unit, and sent to the body parts is called as double circulation. So this double circulation, what is the meaning of double circulation? Once the what double circulation means, twice it distributes the blood. Means once body parts to heart to body parts, and once heart to lungs to heart is once. So like that the double circulation is going to take place. So which is heart to lungs to heart is nothing but called as pulmonary circulation. Through this pulmonary circulation means the pulmonary this artery which distributes the impure blood to the lungs, from lungs again brings to the pulmonary vein and pours into the left side. So this is called as pulmonary circulation, that is one circulation which is called as pulmonary circulation. Here you can see the systemic circulation. Systemic circulation means heart to body parts. Heart to body parts means the oxygenated blood is distributed to all the body parts, whereas at the same time it collects the this deoxygenated blood and again brings back to the heart is the one type. So here heart to body parts to heart is called as systemic circulation. Double circulation is nothing but it is divided into systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation. Pulmonary circulation is related to lungs, and systemic circulation is related to body parts and heart. And here lungs and heart. I think you can understand this. Here not only human beings, we just compare with other animals also. We compare with other animals also, that is actually amphibians and reptiles. Here amphibians and reptiles, according to the division of the heart, the chambers of the heart which are being divided, here you can see they are three-chambered, even though there is a system three-chambered or three-chambered, that is two atrium and one ventricle is present. There is a scope that the deoxygenated blood is going to mix, even though the blood is going to pump to the body parts, and it is going to, these animals are also existing even though they are three-chambered heart. Actually what happens, why it is four-chambered in human beings and in mammals, and whereas here you can see the three-chambered heart means here only one ventricle which is going to mix the this water deoxygenated blood. So here what happens is mainly why this variation we are seeing. Why this variation means, here when we come to human beings we are warm-blooded. Warm-blooded means here to maintain the temperature of our body in the different seasons, it requires more energy. More energy when it requires, what happens? where the pumping of the heart should pump and distribute the oxygen to different parts of the body. So that is why you can see that these 4-chambered heart, whereas here you can see 4-chambered heart, which is going to bring the oxygenated blood and distribute to all the parts of the body. So here that is being taken place in a double circulation, which is going to take place, which is being connected in that way. So here double circulation, even though 3-chambered heart also takes place as double circulation, but why they are 3-chambered? Why this deoxygenated blood is mixing, madam? Then how the oxygenated blood is distributed to them? How they are living when the deoxygenated blood is somewhat mixing? So here they are cold-blooded animals. These two amphibians and reptiles are cold-blooded animals, and whereas to maintain the temperature of these body temperatures, there is no need of much energy. Need of energy is required is less when we compare with human beings. That is why here you can see amphibians and reptiles are cold-blooded. What is the reason? What is the meaning of cold-blooded animals? Cold-blooded animals means according to the surroundings, the animals will be changing their temperature. Means surroundings, different temperatures will be there. So when they go to that particular place of cold, they change their body temperature. That mechanism is present in these animals. That is why there is no need of energy requirement in these amphibians and reptiles. So the energy requirement is not required. You can see if the blood is somewhat mixed also, there is nothing that they can exist. They can exist and live. And here when we come to the other part, that is fishes. Mainly fishes will be having a different partition of these heart. Fishes are having 2-chambered heart. Fishes are having 2-chambered heart. One atrium and one ventricle. And here you can see that they taking place. Here we are seeing in human beings and amphibians and reptiles double circulation. And here we are seeing single circulation. In fishes we are seeing single circulation. Then what is meant by single circulation? Means once you know that how these actually fishes, how the fishes are going to send the oxygenated blood. They have, instead of lungs, they do not have lungs. We can say they do not have lungs. In that place, there are gills. In these gills, what happens? When they are in the water, they take dissolved oxygen which is present in the water. As when they are taking up, you can see the gills are being connected with many blood vessels. Gills are being connected with many blood vessels, where you can see that when the dissolved oxygen is being taken through the gills, means how the mechanism of taking means they take water. When they take water, and they will be moving the water to the gills. When the water is moved out through the gills, the dissolved oxygen is being absorbed through the gills, where all blood vessels are present. And here these oxygenated blood vessels, the oxygen which is being taken up by the oxygenate blood vessels, this oxygen which is mixed with the blood and the vessels which are being connected will be passing and distributing to all the parts of the body. So gills will connect to the blood vessels. That blood vessels supply the oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body of the fish. And same time what happens? The deoxygenated blood is being collected from the body parts. Deoxygenated blood is collected from the body parts and brings to the heart, and from heart again to the gills. Like that, from gills it is the same time you can see that the carbon dioxide is given out. This is about the double circulation that takes place in human beings, amphibians and reptiles. Even though they have 3-chambered, also double circulation is going to take place. Only the thing is in energy production only only there is a difference. Here these are warm-blooded, these are cold-blooded. Single circulation takes place in the fish. They too will be come under cold-blooded, but even though the respiration is different, why? Because they do not have lungs. So this is about the double circulation which takes place. I will be giving homework for you. That is home assignment. You have to write the questions in the classroom. Copy this flow chart in the classwork so that easily you can understand that how the double circulation, what is systemic circulation, what is pulmonary circulation.